Hello, everyone, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Good afternoon. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that things are going well for you. And it is good to be here with you on this Wednesday. And today we are going to be putting together or thinking about what we're going to put in our shelf greenhouse for deck and patio, and using it to get started on our seedlings and putting the seedlings in there and getting them ready, because now is the time here in my zone 6 garden to start thinking about sowing seeds and getting the seedlings started so that we can then put them directly into the ground. It is usually around Mother's Day that our last heavy frost is, there's no fear of frost. I did look it up, and it said something about April 22nd or 25th is the last frost date here in my region. And so it seems a little early, but you know, um, we still need to protect our seedlings, especially our when I start to have tomatoes and peppers and things like that. But our cold weather crops like kale and lettuce and spinach and things like that that can actually start sowing now in the ground can also the be sown in the greenhouse. There are other things too that can also be sown in the greenhouse or get started in the greenhouse. And I don't know if you remembered that I had my seeds that I got from the Dollar Tree a couple of months back in February, and I brought them out. I had the flowers, and then also I have a lot of vegetable seeds here that I can get started on. Like, for example, I could get started on the cabbage, which I did with the winter sowing. So they have actually started to gain their second leaves. The cabbage that I started, this is cabbage earlina, and they look very good. So when I up pot them into the next pot, I want to make sure that they survive. So that's why I'm going to then place them in the mini greenhouse here so that they can grow on, and then place them in the soil when I know that there really isn't going to be any frost. Um, I also have some cucumbers. I can get started on them, as well as any zucchini, squashes, the garden beans. I'm going to put them in the ground or get them started. Definitely beets, get the beets going, kale, and some of my other squash here. So I have these. And I have seeded some already. I don't know if you saw that when I seeded some already. And they're actually sprouting. The turnips, I'm so surprised about the turnips and the carrots that I could actually see them in the ground, that they are definitely seeding. And then I have some other, it's like eggplants and corn. I definitely want to start the corn and put it in the greenhouse and then plant it out. It seemed to do very well that way. I think that it's just easier, actually, just to get them started. Hello, Miss Catherine and Garden Family. Good to see you too, Sonia, on this beautiful day. It is beautiful, but it was much more warmer earlier. Now it's getting a little chilly. but I still want to be outside, and I want to get my dill started too. So I'm happy to now get to the next level, which is to get this greenhouse started. I have last year's greenhouse. It's a little worn out, and it's down in a different level on the lower level. And I think what I'm going to do with that is to put my caladiums, to start my caladiums and put them in that greenhouse. So what I would do is take them out, fill up one of these pots with soil, and place the caladium bulb in it, and then put it in the greenhouse so that it will get um, it will be able to be sheltered for a little bit. Hey Deborah, how are you? Hello to everyone. So good to see you pop up here. It's a little quieter today than last Wednesday. Good to have you all with me. I've been thinking about my next steps in my intentional gardening. And I have to say that I am excited about today. What has happened is that we got our compost. Yes, the compost came in today. So I am so excited about that because now I can really get busy on designing and putting the garden together, the vegetable part, where the um, herbal tea garden area is. Really set it up. And I want to design it a little bit different this year and add more spaces for growing food. Good evening. Hello, Bev. Gardens are me and everyone. Yes. Thank you, my gardening friends, for showing up on a Wednesday. It's so good to see you here in the chat. I am very excited about that. Seeing you all. Hello, Sonia, Miss Catherine. I was able to work in my garden today. Yay, Deb! That's good. That's good. It's actually getting warmer. In the sun, it is not bad at all. It actually gets kind of hot when you start moving around. But sitting here, I'm in the shade, so it's a little cool. But because there's like an under breeze, but it just is so good to just be outside and to breathe in the fresh air, to move the body around, and to just enjoy the garden. So I am glad that you are able to do just that, to be able to enjoy your space as well. Um, and in the journal, we are definitely planning in for summer because we really pushed in spring to get ourselves set up in spring here. But now we want to think about our summer plantings and our summer seeds, the seedlings that do well in the summer. And that would be starting to think about our um, our bulbs, the summer bulbs, like the cannas and the caladiums. And I also got some calla lilies. I got them from um, Costco too. So I want to plant them up as well. The the bulbs and get them started. It's not very warm, you know, so that I can put them out. But if I shelter them by placing them in the mini greenhouse, and if it is a real cool night, covering that as well with a blanket, then they'll be able to at least start to get started in rooting out. And that's what I did last year. I got started with the cannas and the callas and the calla lilies and the caladiums as well. And so what I do is I just pot them up in these size pots, and then put them in and let them get started. Um, and it's a good thing because then by June, they've already started to gain some roots. You might not see any activity up top, but they will be starting to gain some roots at the bottom. And so when the weather is warm, they will then take off. You'll start to see them shoot up real quick. So that will give them the rest of this month in May. That will give them May, definitely be warm enough in May and also in June. So by, I would say by mid-June or by Father's Day, and after that, heading into 4th of July, you're going to have a lot of beautiful blooms from the summer bulbs. And that's something to look forward to. My head is cold. Sorry, I just have to, yeah. So it's a wonderful thing to get started. And last year I bought two of these, and they were $20. This year it's $31.99. The price went up for sure. But I said to myself, I like the orange colors also, Deborah. Yeah, yeah, the orange are pretty as well. Yeah, they have different colors. For the last 2 years, I had ordered them from Roberta's Garden on QVC, and they were very expensive, but I wanted them, so I ordered them, and they did well. So this is my first time really buying my calla lilies from Costco. So we'll see how well they turn out. But they are so beautiful, and it does match the color scheme. I believe that this is going to be the color scheme for my garden this year. I think I'm going to have a lot of pinks and purples. Definitely in the late spring garden, it tends to be very much purple, shades of purple. But I want more of that kind of fuchsia pinky color, the pinks, to be in the garden. So this is my color scheme. I love color, so I will be probably adding, of course, my marigolds. But I think the marigolds and that color in the yellows will be more in the vegetable gardens, in the gardens where I'm planting vegetables and things like that. Um, because the pink and purple are pretty together. Yeah, I like that too, Deborah. And I have all of those zinnia seeds. That's the other thing that I want to get started too. All of like the zinnia seeds, the marigold seeds. I still have the amaranth that I need to sow. Um, and some of the other seeds there are flowers because we want to do a little flower gardening, right? Cut flowers. So I want to get started on that as well. So this month, the rest of this month going into May is going to be very busy in the garden. Hello, uh, Bibordis Francis. How are you? How are you? Hi, Miss Catherine. It's me. Oh, Rambo. I mean, I'm charging my other phone. Okay. How you doing, Rambo? Um, and so that's what's going on. Um, I also have here. I have some updates too for you. Um, you remember that the you remember the rose that I showed you all, the rose that I had gotten, and it was all with all the other roses. And I told you that more than likely there are four other. Hello, Cassie. How are you? Um, Huga Homestead. How are you? Hi, Huga. Huga. Homestead. How you doing? So what I did today, and I should have captured it on video, but I got so busy in putting it together that after I finished putting it together, putting them together and dividing them up, I said, "Oh my goodness, I should have videotaped me separating the roses, because in that rose that I got, these are miniature roses. Remember the miniature rose that I had bought, that plant? Well, within the miniature rose, it had, let me move things over here. It had set up like four different parts to it. It was so amazing because the roses had bloomed, and this is the last bloom. Isn't this beautiful? The roses had bloomed and fell off, and then we have some new growth coming in. New growth coming in the roses here. So I decided to divide it because they're actually on their own. Oh, sorry about that. My computer acting up. They're growing on their own rootstock. This is on their own roots. This is not a grafted rose, miniature rose. So I ended up getting two little rose, three, and you could see the new growth coming on. Three, four rose plants. And this miniature rose bush was bought at the supermarket. And they had four different roses. So I got four plants out of the one plant. And hopefully they will do well. So I've been pitching it back, and I'm so excited about that because now I have four new miniature roses to add to the garden, and I just potted them up. I had these containers, the Monrovia, and just had some potting soil and put some what do they call it, fertilizer, and that's that. Excuse me. I find myself sneezing. Sorry about that. So anyway, so now I have four new miniature roses, and that's going to be quite exciting. So I have the roses, and that's something that you can do too. I find too that I am pretty good at potting up and working on things. Thank you. Thank you, Bev. Yeah, I have to start drinking my teas and everything because I find myself sniffling today. And it's because I've been outside and it's gotten cold, and the changing of the weather. And so I have a little sniffle, but I'm good. I'm good to go. So I have four new plants here, Cassie, and it's wonderful, and it's the roses. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you all too is that things are really flowering and doing very well here and in the garden. I'm going to be showing you how I don't know if it's allergies. I think it's just from the changing, because there's still like an undercurrent of cool weather or breeze. But in the sun, it's warm. It's really warm. But I'm fine. Hey, Lynette, how are you doing? So I am going to show you, I'm going to do some videos with me potting up the rest of the bulbs. So look for that. I've got these. What I'm going to do with these, I'm going to put them over my makeshift kind of cover for them. And then I'm going to have a video with me putting this together, the greenhouse, getting that started. Then I have these seed trays that I'm going to use. These are reusable seed trays. We bought a lot of pansies. Not me, my husband. He brought a lot of pansies. And so these are really nice seed trays. So this is what I'm going to use to seed up for excuse me, for the squashes and cucumbers and things like that, and to put in the greenhouse. So I'll be doing that. I'm going to show you me seeding up my summer veggies. And I just want to give you a little update here. You can see here. Do you see my rose? You see the rose? My David Austin rose. It's starting to leaf out. Isn't that exciting? The David Austin rose is starting to leaf out. Oops. Wait a moment. Let me move this out of the way. And then here, this is Alyssum. I just put the Alyssum seeds out in this container, and they actually did better here than they did in another container that I put together. So things are growing, and yeah, it's leafing out. Yes, Olivia, Rose Austin is starting to leaf out, Bev. It is so nice. Bless you. There's a lot of sneezing going on. Oh, thank you. Oh, and then I wanted to show you too that my this is the cabbage. Now I did this. I put the cabbage seeds in the water bottle, and in putting it in the water bottle, that they are. Yeah, Olivia is waking up. So sweet. And look at this. In here, I don't know if you could see. You see that? This is the cabbage seeds, and it's starting to get its second leaves. So that is very exciting to me. When it does get a little bit bigger, I want to then transplant it into a bigger pot, up pot it, and then put it in the greenhouse and then plant it into the garden. But this water bottle thing is really amazing, and especially for those of us who want to get started on seed planting. It's such an encouraging thing to be able to start your seedlings in the bottles. And so I have a lot of plants that I'm going to be up planting. Now this is the perennial mix, and here, I don't know if you can see, you see that? All of those are different plants, and it's a perennial mix, so there's a mixture of all different types of plants. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let them get a little bit bigger, but sometimes real soon I'm going to go in and divide them up and separate them. So that means that I'm going to have to separate the little tender roots and then plant them up, pot them up into pots, maybe into those seed starters. And there are a whole lot of different perennials. But this was so exciting. I enjoyed this process of bottle winter sowing, especially for perennials and things like that. Um, and this one is the forget-me-nots. See how the forget-me-nots are doing good? And they're starting to get their second leaves. So I'm going to have a lot of plants. And that's why it's important for me to get the greenhouse going, because then I can take them into the next stage, pot them up into bigger pots like these, and get them going so that by the time May comes, I can actually put them in the garden. You know, like late May, I can plant them in and get ready for my summer garden. So I'm excited for all of this. We've waited so long for it to get warm enough, and but it's good to be able to get going and get started. How are you all doing? How are things going for you in your garden? Come on, talk to me. Everyone hit the thumbs up button. Yes, come on, come on. How are things going in your garden? As we grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. I hope things are going well for you. I hope that you are enjoying this time, getting your things together, planning different things. I hope you've been able to get out in the garden. Things are good. Ramble are good, thanks. Things are starting to grow at a great rate. Plus the weeds. Yes, yes, but that's okay because all you need to do is, do what you need. Pull them up and cover them up, smother them, and remove them quickly so that they don't overtake your garden in the summertime. Yeah. So that's Rambo. What were you up to, Bev? What are you up to in your garden? And you too, Cassie, definitely have been doing it. That's good. That's good, Rambo. I know you're an excellent gardener. What are you up to, Sonia? How are things over there? And I know those of you that are in warmer climates, you must be far ahead of us. What's going on in your neck of the woods? My tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths are putting on a show. That's good. And Sonia says, getting ready to plant my seedlings in my raised beds. Wow. That's good. Rambo says, I am going to plant my onions soon. All right. All right. Beverly, you have your tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths, huh? Well, that's nice. I am so pleased with my tulips and my daffodils that have grown in the front. You've seen them if you've watched any of my videos. You've seen them, and now a next set of tulips are coming up, and the tulips in the back here are a little slower, but then they're from last year. I didn't plant much back here as far as tulips are concerned. Um, and what else? Yeah. But you know what I'm really pleased about? I'm pleased with my fruit trees to see them actually uh, flowering up. I'm going to plant my onions soon. Okay. Deborah says, sowing potatoes, elephant ears, and fertilizing my tomato plants with fish. Okay, good. Please hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you for suggesting they hit the like button. That's nice. Um, and yeah, so we've just been working hard and just trying to straighten things up, and it's such an inspiration to see things grow. You know what I was doing actually? Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. It was sunny out yesterday. It had just rained the night before, and when I got up, I decided Beverly said, I also started onions in the cold frame. We'll be planting out around Memorial Day. Oh, that's wonderful. I really haven't been big on onions and garlic, growing onions and garlic for some reason. Um, I did try to grow some garlic last year, and I think they're still in the ground over there. Um, but I really haven't. I've tried onions before with the onion starts, but I don't seem to really get the rhythm of that yet. Yeah, but yeah, but it's something to think about. And carrots. Have you all been growing any carrots? Have you been growing carrots? I put some carrots in the ground. Let me walk around with you all and see if my phone doesn't. Let's see if we can walk around. It's a little warmer in other parts of the garden. Let me see. Are you ready for a little walkabout? It might be very short, but let's try it. Okay? Here we go. Well, this is the deck, which and all of the things that we've been talking about here. You ready? Here we go. I should try again. Yeah, just placed my lettuce outside soon, but about to place pepper plants and tomato plants outside when I buy some more dirt. Yes. Well, I did get my dirt. Our compost came in today. So it is really, really nice. Okay, so let's see. All right. So as you can see, we're already starting to um, put the soil in. That good compost just came in. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. And here, as you can see, also the daffodils. Yeah. Also planting my lettuce. Yeah. Oh, we're still on. So this is it. Look at how things are looking so good here. It is. Look at how my hostas. The hostas are starting to come up. Yes, the grass is lovely. This grass is awesome. Look at this over here. I was just amazed at the beauty of the grass. And then look at these daffodils. I am just in love with the daffodils. Are you still with me? Is it clear? And then what I wanted you to see too were this is a bartle pear tree and it's starting to bloom. But what I'm going to do is cut it here. After it blooms, I'm going to cut it here. And it's going to be low. But what happened last year was that um, hey, El Nino and Lo are with me. How are you? So good to have you. I just love your channel. Yes, I just love you all. Thank you for coming and joining me all the way from Canada. But look at these daffodils. They have been such a hit. I have really enjoyed the daffodils. Aren't they beautiful? And then here, this is my peach tree. I'm going to have some peaches this year. I think I'm going to have some peaches this year. Isn't that fabulous? And the right here, what's coming up is the lilies, my Casa Blanca lilies. They are coming up. They are so awesome. And here, this bed, remember this bed? Just a couple of days back, there was nothing here in the bed. And now, look at this. All of this good stuff. Well, I hope I hope you all are able to see anything here. I hope so. Oh, there's so much going on. It's just really nice to be in the garden. And this is the sunny side, so hopefully it's not too much sun or too blurry for you. But there is a lot of activity, and so continue to stay connected. And I'm going to give you a better view of everything. But things are just coming together, and I love the fact that this is a peach, no, plum tree. This is my plum tree. I don't know if you can see it, but it has flowers coming up. So things are. I wonder if lettuce will grow well in a screened-in patio. Why not? I think it will grow well in a screened-in patio. Yeah, put it together. It will work. It will work. And so here we have a lot of different things. So the next thing that really plants look lovely. Thank you. Um, so the next thing that you're going to really see a lot of is going to be the the tulips. Tulips, because we've just finished up with the daffodils. So the next thing will be the tulips. You'll see a lot of tulips. And that's what we have going on here, which is really beautiful. So let me go back up and settle down. Yeah. So that's what's going on in the garden. It is a very, very exciting time to be out and about and to be gardening. And it's still a little chilly, but it is wonderful. All right, let me. Um, Cassie was asking questions. You should try again, Miss Catherine. Okay, so Beverly was telling me try again with the onions and the the garlic. Cassie says just place my lettuce outside soon, but to place pepper plants, tomato plants outside when I buy some more dirt. Hmm. Yeah, the dirt is important. Good soil. And especially for the vegetables, because that's what we want to put our energy into now. Yes, I've been talking about the flowers and the plants and things like that, but it is also time to be thinking about planting food and try to plant more food this year than you did last year. For me, the best time to really get into the planting of the food, especially like the squash, the peppers, the eggplants, the tomatoes, that's going to really happen for me in May. And more than likely, I will be buying plant starts, especially for the tomatoes. I've never really tried to grow tomatoes from seed. I've usually planted tomatoes from starts. And I have this woman who uh, has plant. Thank you, Cassie. Yes, I'm planting more food this year. Important. It is very important because we need to, just in case we don't know what's going on, and so how long it's going to last. So it is important to think about that. And I would encourage all of you to plant more of like the pumpkins and the butternut squash and turnips and beets and things like that that can overwinter, carrots, the root crops, things like that, because of the fact that they can overwinter and they last a long time. I can definitely testify to the fact that my butternut squash lasted me a long time, all the way up until February, and the pumpkins, and I shared that with you all. And it's good to be able to get that fresh food that you've grown that you know will last. Um, Also, you know, when you are cooking, when you are planting your potatoes and tomatoes and potatoes, yes, your potatoes, which can store, and also your when you do your peppers and your tomatoes, think of uh, creating extras that you could create sauces, maybe putting aside, freezing. I just put a pumpkin in my compost bin last week. I'm still using garlic that I planted last year. That's good, yeah. With the garlic and the onions and things like that. You know, what I'm going to do is I have those um, the green onions. Yeah, I'm going to be planting or seeding out some. Oh, Brampton Garden. Hello, Miss Catherine and chat. How are you, Rachel? So good to have you come and join us. Yeah, I made it in. My internet would not connect for a while for some reason. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, sometimes we've been getting some of that problems with the internet. But good to have you come and join us. Yeah, because I'm just talking about planting food now because, yes, we want to enjoy the flowers and so forth, but I will want to encourage everyone to plant an extra row of food. Corn, I'm definitely going to be planting out corn. I'm looking at ways to, where in the garden do I want to situate the corn. Last year I had good success with that. What is in that white bag? What white bag? Well, I have here, this one is an Egyptian walking onions, and they are perennials. Yes, I'm doing the scallions and the other onions. I'm going to be putting them in um, and uh, and chives and things like that. Yeah, the bulbs. Yeah, this is the Calla lily bulbs, and I got this from Callas. Okay, those are gorgeous. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to be working on that next. And then I also have my caladiums that I'm going to be planting up as well. And I was just showing everyone that I have my mini greenhouse, my patio greenhouse that I'm going to be putting together. And I have another one. I have two actually. One that's already set up from last year, and I'm going to use them to start these out. And what I did last year was that I filled these pots, my recycled pots, with them, and just got them started, got the roots started. And by June, late May into early June, they started to leaf out, and then I was able to plant them in different parts of the garden. But I do want to get them started. That way you get to enjoy it a little bit longer. So now is the time to really think about potting up your summer bulbs and putting, just putting them in a protective spot. If the night is cold, you can cover them with a blanket as well as having them in the greenhouse. Rachel, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for encouraging me to dig up my cannas last year. And as you can see, thank you. Yeah, the caladiums are beautiful, Nino and Lou. The cannas, as you could see, that they survived the winter. They stored very well for me. I've already potted them up and put them in a, yeah, oh yes, waste not, want not. Yeah. I put them already in the garden close to the house so that they could do well. And I've already planted up the elephant ears too. But yeah, I have to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. And then I have some new ones, the new cannas that I had gotten from Costco too when I bought these others. And I'm going to plant them up as well. But it was just so nice to see that they were alive and healthy, and that I'm going to have them as well as the new ones. So it's Tropicana and Magic Pink, and now I have another one. So that's really, really good. So I'm going to have that tropical feel in my garden along with the elephant ears that I got started with, and also these other beautiful bulbs. Yeah, so it's a good thing. Things are going well. Um, my rose bush is doing well and coming along very well here. I have the seeds. I divided up my little roses. I have these miniature roses that I divided up from that plant that I had before. And things are going pretty good here. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So continue. I'm glad that you all are working in your gardens and enjoying it. Oh, by the way, the alyssums that I planted in a container, for some reason they kind of dried out. So I haven't had as much success with them. They did sprout, but for some reason they started to dry out. Hopefully they will recover. But I do have some alyssum here in another pot, and they look like they're gaining their second leaves. So I'm going to have alyssum in my garden, and that's you, Rachel. You encouraged me with the alyssum. I'm so excited about that, and can't wait for them to grow out. So we're doing really well here. I'm just trying to stay healthy because I've been out here and my Alyssum Seeds each year. That is what I am hoping. I'm hoping that the Alyssum will self-seed and spread, and that helps to make the garden look so pretty in the spring. You know, when you have these plants coming up, and that's what I did actually 2 days ago. Excuse me, my nose is running. 2 days ago, I was out I was out in the sun. I was working, and then I stayed too long. I think I was out, and it started to get cold. But because I was just in the, you know, busy about it, that I think I caught a little cold. But I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm just still enjoying the whole time out here. But what I was telling you all is that I have been dividing my perennials, the things that have growing in naturally, coming back up from last year, that I've been able to divide them and put them in different parts of the garden. So, for example, my bee balm, I've been able to divide it and add it to other parts. And there's this yellow flowered plant that I love. It's almost like a marigold, but it's a large marigold. I've been transplanting, so it's a wonderful thing. I love self-seeding plants, and I also love perennials. You can't tell a gardener to stop working in the yard, though. I know what you mean. You can't tell them to stop when you get into a rhythm and a flow. It's hard to say no. It's hard to not come out. And even though sometimes I feel a little, sick, I still go out there anyway. I got the seeds from the dollar store 3 years ago. Haha. Well, that's great because these are dollar store seeds. Yeah. Feel better. I am. I got my tea, peppermint tea here that I'm drinking, and with rest and everything. But I know it too shall pass. Yeah, because I got too much gardening to do to be sick. Nope. And then my grandchildren, they have come over with the sniffles, so that is to be expected. I have to hug and love up on them too. But there's so many good things happening. My thyme is seeded. My oregano, sage is starting to come up. Everything is starting to come up, my little seedlings. Sounds like a cold that's going around quite a lot. Yeah, yeah. But we're not going to dwell on that. We're going to dwell on the good things because I'm about to do a lot of transplanting and potting up. And that is why I've taken out or actually gotten another 4 shelf greenhouse, deck and patio. And then my other one that I have, it's there so that I can start to pot up. And what I do is I had a lot more containers, but I saved my containers over the years and just reuse them. And they come in so handy. So, when you do buy different pots and things from the garden center, save them and recycle. Like I have these containers, I'm going to just use these. Why buy new ones? And then I just got in some compost. My compost came in today. Yay, 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 yay. So I'm going to mix the compost with some potting soil. I have to go to Costco and get some potting soil because the potting soil is supposed to be on sale, and just mix it in with the compost so it can lighten it up, and then use that to plant in my different seedlings, and get them going. But the soil is just so rich and black and looks so beautiful, the compost. And that really is the best to plant things in. So I'm excited. And, as I wish that I had remembered. Your soil looks so. Yes, that soil just is so good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I feel like a little kid. I feel like a little kid playing in the dirt. Being able to play in the dirt. touch the soil. It's such a wonderful thing. Yeah. And so it's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting. So I wish that I had gotten out the camera when I was dividing up this plant, because this is such a beautiful thing. This little rose bush here that I got from the grocery store ended up making me 4 different plants. Isn't it fabulous? And I'll be able to then put them out in the garden, the miniature roses. Yeah, and it's bare root, so it's on its own root. So it's growing off of its own root. It's not a grafted root. So if it should die back and survive, mulch it over and die back and survive, that it will come back naturally. And then the rose bush should grow to a good size as a miniature rose. So I'm thinking about putting these up in the jewel garden up there with my other roses. It's going to look really pretty, having the little roses, right, at the base of the big roses. And I'm just so excited about this. Small rose bush with miniature flowers in a mixture of colors from June to September. In bloom, soil should be kept moist and not soggy. Reduce watering in winter. Yeah. So hopefully they will be able to last and to be winterized. I believe I might have to mulch it really heavily and provide a protective space for it. But I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Well, my wonderful people, my phone is about to go. And I'm so glad that you came to join me today where we can grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden at home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden at home. Uh-huh. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden at home. Yes. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden at home. Yeah, so keep on growing, keep on going, keep on having a good time. Yes, I love it. I'm so excited, and all of the different things that I'm doing. And I will just keep on. Oh, how are you? I'm Lovely Dove 23. Yes, grow. And I hope you're growing too as well. With all of this growing, I hope that you're growing too as well. Can't wait to do my front planter. Yeah, that should be wonderful. Um, and, you know, the other thing is that we need to be creative too. Where can I get walking onion from? I don't know. Does anyone know? If they could put it down in in the chat for Deborah about the walking onion. I don't know much about that. But my strawberries, they're coming along. Yep. And everything is just coming along. It is so good. Have a good evening, everyone. Yes, Nina and Lou. Nino, have a great time. Thank you so much for sharing those wonderful dishes and the Jamaican food cuisine. We are enjoying it. So if you have not subscribed to Nino and Lou, make sure that you subscribe to their channel, because they have a great diverse channel of cooking and gardening and other great things. They're in Canada. Yes, along with Rachel, our Zone 5 people. And so it's so good to have all of you. And Sonia, all the way in Cali, and Deborah, and those of you who are close by, um, Beverly. Beverly says, Gardens Army says, I got mine online. I think it was, she says, I think it was burpee seeds or park seeds for the Egyptian walking onions. Thank you. Beverly knows that catalog. Thank you for putting that up there, Rachel. Yeah. And grandmother, grand, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're good people. I don't know if Rambo is there. Rambo's channel is wonderful too, as well. And who else is out there? Um, all of you that have a channel, put your channel up so that we can make sure that we are visiting you. Um, Deborah, thank you so much. The G Mama, yeah, I think the G Mama Girls come on. I thought I saw her. Cassie's there. Um, yeah, but Sonia, thank you so much for for being faithful and being such a good moderator, helping me out with this, and I truly appreciate all of you that stop by every Wednesday to join me. I do look forward to this community, and I love being with you all. Yes, I love it. I love being with you all. I love our times together in the garden. And as we continue to grow, I hope that when you come and you join me here, that it puts a smile on your face, that you feel welcomed, and that you feel inspired to grow and to expand and to explore and to enjoy nature. Yes. So thank you so much for coming. And it's getting a little nippy out here, so I am going to go inside, have myself another cup of tea, relax, and dream about my garden, and continue to plan. Yes, if you have a copy of my book, of my journal, the Intentional Garden Journal, A Garden to Call My Own for 2022, or your own journal, continue to plan and dream. And stay blessed, everyone. Yes, stay blessed, stay enthusiastic, stay positive, see things in a positive light, and it will keep you going strong. So be blessed. Mrs. Ar- Ariska, how are you? Be blessed. Thank you for coming and joining us. Yes, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed because I have you all here with me. So, yes. So I'm going to say again, grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Uh-huh. We're gonna grow, grow, grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Oh yeah. Hey, it's Erica. Oh, how you doing, Erica? Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Hi, Erica. How are you? Thank you for coming and seeing me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Yeah, so look forward to the videos. I'm going to be bringing out the videos about putting the deck together, the patio deck greenhouse together, the bulb planting, and I'll keep you updated on the rose, the David Austin rose, and all of the other good things that are happening. But really, what is next is the tulips. So get ready for the tulips in the garden. And I also see a lot of other good things starting to bloom out. So we've got a lot to look forward to. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening and see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden and Home. I love it. I will be here. That's good. Thank you, Erica. Yes, enjoy your evening, everybody. Bless you. Have a great day. Bye. Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Bye.